Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Famula One. I'm your host, Jamie. I'm here with my sister, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
And we're COVID free. Success. So
Made it through.
we made it through. And not too much news to report. Top of the line, Williams has extended their contract, their engine contract with Mercedes through 2026. So they will at least remain with Mercedes for the first year of the new regulations in 2026, is what it sounds like.
Yeah. Are you shocked?
No.
Yeah, I'm not shocked.
I feel that this was like the call, right? Like I would be kind of surprised if they even looked at other engine manufacturers, to be honest. It seems like
that would be the tea. That would be the real gossip.
Yeah, their relationship with Mercedes, I feel like is good. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Exactly.
In other news, though, that is honestly, I mean, at least from my perspective, surprising. Ferrari will be parting ways with their head strategist, Ignacio.
I think the first way.
Ignacio.
But if I have any track record, you should not listen to me with that pronunciation.
We're doing our best here. Reuter. So this is surprising to me, but I think this is good. Ferrari, I think, has needed some changes for a long time. When they brought Fred Vasseur in last year, there was a lot of personnel changes. I suspect that this is a continuation of that. And Ferrari strategy always needs some help, so maybe whoever they bring in will be what we need.
They'll be bringing in Carlos Sainz.
Yeah. Again, not much to say there because there hasn't been, to my knowledge, a replacement announced. So we will see who they end up going with. And only time will tell if it is the right call for them.
Yeah, he's been there since 2015. I think it's it's going to be good for Ferrari.
Yeah.
Maybe that's also the delusional, what we were talking about as you're in. Yeah, your delusional positivity in from last week. Maybe that's just what it is.
You know, I'm just going to look at everything as a positive. It can only go up, hopefully.
Yeah.
In actual positive, happy news, Sauber has announced their F1 Academy driver for this year. Carrie Schreiner will be the Sauber driver. So very exciting for her. And also, just as a quick note, we did hear your feedback on wanting a little bit more information on the F1 Academy drivers. So that is in the plan as we lead up to the start of racing. We'll do plenty of episodes and some social content and things like that on different series and different drivers. And definitely on that list is getting more into who the F1 Academy drivers are, what their accomplishments are, where they're from, that type of thing. We'll definitely make sure we get that in before the start of the season so that we can enjoy F1 Academy all together now that it's going to be streamed.
It's going to be televised, dude. I'm so excited. And they have great tracks picked out for this year. So, yeah, I'm so excited for F1 Academy this year.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. This next one is another rumor that this is not the first time we've had this rumor going around, but it's that Monza is at risk of leaving the F1 calendar. It's not the first time this rumor has come up about Monza specifically. It's not the first time this rumor has come up about some of those like more classic tracks. I hope it's not true. I don't know though. It seems like the FIA and Liberty Media have been definitely leaning more towards these, a lot of times American, but like, new tracks. There's talk of maybe a race in New York City, which is just a disaster and a horrible idea.
I hate that rumor.
Yeah. I hope that there's not too much truth behind the rumors like this. I've heard there were rumors about Spa possibly as well. you know, I think the classic tracks are classic for a reason. It's because there's great racing there. So hopefully we see Monza for many, many years to come.
I do really like Monza. I would hope that they can stay. And I'm also interested to see what these upgrades are going to be that they're working on.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I do know, it's obviously a huge financial burden for who's putting on that race. And there has been, and not so much that maybe it's not profitable, but I've heard things about like it's just not the best run race to attend as like a fan. Um,
Mm,
like the GA process, getting into the race is pretty difficult. So I just hope that they can figure that out, that they can keep being profitable, it can keep being worth it for them
yeah.
to the race, because it is an iconic. It's the temple of speed. We need Monza. We need it. It's also a
Yeah.
great track for Williams. We can't lose it.
No, we can't. We need it. We need to keep it. I would like it to stay.
Yeah. So we will
There are
see.
other tracks I'll throw out of the calendar before Monza for sure.
Yeah. Oh, there's like a good chunk, and
There's a good chunk.
I don't even think we're being controversial when we say that. Like, I would venture to guess, just off the top of my head, I feel like I would lose probably at least half the other races before I would lose Monza.
Yeah, Monza's like if it's like most likely to get thrown out on my list to least likely, it's in the bottom half for
Yeah.
me. It's I really like Monza.
I mean, Monza's a fun one, and not recently, right? Because Max did break the Monza curse this year,
There was a
but
Monza curse.
Monza's had so many iconic, entertaining, exciting races, and even this
Yeah.
year with Max winning, it was still a great race to watch.
Yeah, because isn't that where Pierre won his first was Monza?
Pierre won in Monza.
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc won in Monza. Daniel Ricciardo and Lando's won too.
Yep.
We can't lose Monza. We cannot
Yeah.
lose Monza.
I don't want to lose Monza.
I kind of doubt we will, just because there were so many rumors before the 2020 this year's calendar was announced about certain tracks being at risk. And I maybe again delusional positivity maybe, but all of those tracks ended up remaining on the calendar at least for this year. So we can hope that will be the case in the future.
Yeah, we'll just continue with our delusional positivity in everything that we do.
Oh yeah, forever. We'll see
Forever.
how long it lasts, But for now, we're continuing that way. But yeah, that's really it. Real quick news recap. Under 10 minutes. We are snappy this week, baby.
That might be the quickest we've ever done a news
Probably is.
segment.
I mean, in the
We don't
news,
really have anything.
there wasn't much news. And then in the news that there was, it was like, this is all kind of standard stuff. This isn't stuff that we need to talk about
Yeah.
too much. But that means it's time to get into today's topic. So I don't really know how to describe what we're going to be doing, but essentially, we stole this idea from the Red Flags Pod. So thank you to y'all.
Yeah,
for the
they did an incredible job with it.
Yeah. So essentially, what we'll be doing is Jack and I have each come up with scenarios, and based on those scenarios, we will be giving the other person 4 drivers, and they have to rank those 4 drivers from one being the best to 4 on how great they'd be in that scenario. So, for example, bringing them as a +1 to a wedding. And then we'd have to blind rank from 1 to 4, but we can't change our rankings once we've given them. So say, I name the first one that Jackie gives me 1.
Yeah.
I can't
Gone.
switch out, a later person. So it should be entertaining.
Did you have your drivers? I did it with like a random wheel, so it's really random.
Oh, I just did the first 4 that came to my head. So it is also
okay.
random, but yeah.
but maybe specific towards this because there's some of them where I'm like, this category is hard.
So there are, I think, ones that I would place as number one for each of mine, but I don't know if there's a clear winner.
Okay.
We'll see. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You go first. I think I went first last
Okay.
episode, so you go first.
Okay. So my first scenario I came up with is who you'd most like to complete the 75 hard with.
Oh my, ew.
So if you're listening and you're not familiar with the 75 hard, it is this fitness challenge where it's 75 days and you have to do like 2 really intense workouts every day. You have to like read 20 minutes every day. You have to drink a gallon of water, eat super healthy, no alcohol. So
Yeah, like no sugar. I'm like, get out of here.
no sugar. So it sounds like just basically no fun for 75 days.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
Not something Jack and I will be completing anytime soon.
No.
But Jack, if you were completing the 75 hard, you will, in theory, would be completing it with an accountability partner.
Yeah, I would need an accountability partner, just
So,
in general, for that, for sure.
From 1 to 4,
Even
please
without
rank
the scenario.
who you would most like to be your accountability partner in the 75 hard.
Okay.
Are you ready,
I'm ready
for your first?
No, but yeah.
So first, Alex Albon.
Ooh. I'm gonna go 3. I just don't want to go to one way or the other right now. I'm trying to keep it balanced.
I feel like Alex Albon he wouldn't be strict enough almost.
That's what I'm also like, I'm trying to think about like Drive to Survive. And he also think about like his social media.
Mm-hmm.
And he did post, I think today or yesterday, him doing the neck exercises.
He did. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's obviously has, I'm going third for him.
Alex third. All right. Next up, our other Williams boy, Logan Sargent.
Okay, I think Logan would bully me into doing it and to keep doing it. So I'm going 2. I'm going 2.
Okay.
So it's 1 or 4.
So 1 or 4. Carlos Sainz.
Oh, 1. Easy.
1. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
he works out even on vacation.
Yeah.
It's a 1.
All right. So your number 4, the person you'd least like to do 75 hard with.
If it's Lewis, I'm leaving.
It's Daniel Ricciardo.
Oh, he should be up there. He should be higher.
He would be, I feel like, a good accountability partner in a way of like, I think he'd be really motivating.
I think he'd be very motivating. I think he would also be able to like pick you up in the early morning workouts and keep it fun. Because you could be at the point where you're in the middle of the 75 days. You're like, this sucks. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. And he would keep things interesting. I think he definitely should have been higher.
Yeah.
Dang, sorry.
I do think Carlos is a good number 1 because Carlos is working out all the time, at least
he works out
social media.
Yeah. Who knows? It could all just be social media focus. I think too, Carlos will post about it on social media. So like me and Jack, first workout of 75 days, like first workout of the day. He would do stuff like that. So
and then that would motivate you too, because you'd be like, well, I can't disappoint Carlos's Instagram followers.
Yeah, I can't.
I can't miss this.
Everyone's gonna be asking where I am.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Solid.
Nice first category, James. I went for, this was actually the first one that came to my head. And I went best camp counselor. Jamie and I were both camp counselors.
Ooh, okay. This
so,
is a good one.
Number 1 option, Daniel.
Daniel's gonna be number 1. He'd be an unreal camp counselor.
He would be. He'd have a lot of games.
Yeah.
He'd be a child. So I don't know if he would actually.
No, he would be the best person to be partnered up with because he'd always entertain everybody. And then
you could be the stickler.
And then I could be the not fun one, which is what I ended up being typically.
Lando.
4. Lando would be terrible. because Lando would also be like have a lot of game ideas, but he would not be organized. It would be bad.
He probably would be only want to be with like the older kids, like doing knockout the
Yeah,
basketball games.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't want to hang out with any of the other kids.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that. I see that. Carlos.
Hmm.
So you have
I have
two
two
and
and
three
three
open.
left. I I'm gonna put actually Carlos at 3 just because I'm not sure. I think he'd be fine. I just don't think it would spark joy for him to be a camp counselor. I
He
don't
would thrive
see
more in the
him.
75 hard partner challenge than a camp
Yeah,
counselor.
yeah. I don't foresee him being like, "I just came up with this brand new version of tag, let's all play it." That doesn't strike me as
Yeah.
something he'd be doing. So,
Okay, so in number 2 spot, you have by default Valtteri.
I'm happy with that, honestly.
I think he would be pretty good.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
would be chaotic. He might get in like reprimanded every now and then,
Yeah,
but
but he's outdoorsy, he likes, the
yeah.
biking and everything, he'd be good.
Yeah, so he would do the kayaking with all of
Mhm.
them and yeah.
Yeah, yeah, love it. Wow, I'm actually pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
a good like the wheel was in our favor in that category.
Alright, my next one is, who you would trust to organize a 300-person charity dinner?
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Alright, so first, Oscar.
Ooh, I'm ranking Oscar high. I'm giving him 2.
2.
He is business straight arrow. He can do it. He's cool under
Yeah,
pressure. You heard him after he won the sprint. He was like, "Sick, cool,
yeah,
even keeled." I
level-headed.
think he,
Yeah,
yeah, I think he number 2.
and
I just don't
organizing
give him.
events is stressful. I think
He's
he could.
stressful. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. I just want to keep my number 1 open, which might screw me in the later, but number 2, I'm keeping Oscar number 2.
Next, Yuki. Remember, this
I'm
isn't dinner.
I know, but I just go back to him not wanting to, like, do anything in the mornings. But I guess he could just do all the planning in the afternoon and at night.
The event wouldn't be during the morning, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
and the event would be at night, which also involves food, which he would definitely pick good food. He might go over budget on food. I'm thinking about this too much. I'm going 4.
4. Yeah. Okay, so you have Oscar at 2, you get 4. Next, Esteban.
3. I just I don't know why. I don't think he would care.
Just no faith
I
in
don't
Esty Bestie.
Sorry, SDUST. I don't think he would care. No, is that wrong?
So your default number 1
Oh, right.
is
No.
Lewis Hamilton.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
he's
Okay.
the right call.
I am so happy with my 4.
Yeah. Lewis would
Lewis,
definitely be he has the
Oscar.
connects too. Like Lewis,
He also it's going to be the most beautiful event.
yeah.
It's oh my god, I'm so happy. Okay. My next category, which might be my favorite category that I came up with, is best fake date.
Like I'm like bringing them to like a party to like
Could be a
make someone jealous type of
party,
thing.
could be like, remember the movie The Wedding Date?
Yes.
Phenomenal film, if you guys have not seen it, with it. Yeah, it's like that. So
Okay.
she hires a person to be her date because her ex-fiancé will be there, and she wants to prove to everybody that she's moved on and has this amazing man. So kind of like that.
Okay.
That's so to a wedding, to birthday party, regular party, christening, funeral. whatever scenario you can fill in the blanks.
All right, I'm ready.
Number 1 option is Kevin Magnuson.
Ooh. I think Kevin would be decent, but I'm not sure in terms of like I feel like I've never heard anything about like Kevin like he's like super fun. I mean like he's like a dad, He's
Yeah.
not.
Oh, yeah, this is all with the caveat that they all don't have significant others.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a
Uh,
child.
I'm going to put Kevin at 3.
Okay. Okay. Number 2 option, Alex Albon.
Oh, okay. I could be messing myself up here, but I'm going to put Alex at 2
Okay.
because I want to keep 1 open, but I do think Alex would be a very solid fake date.
You have 2 and 3 taken.
Mhm. Oh gosh, I have last
So
and first.
Alex is number 2 and Kevin
God,
number
okay.
3. Logan.
Oh, Logan. I do have to put Logan at 4th, unfortunately.
I thought Logan would get really into it when his name came up. Anyway, it's not
Yeah.
mine.
I do think he would be I don't think any of these would be bad, actually.
Yeah.
There are, I think, certain ones on the grid, which we'll see if this last one is one of the ones that I think might be actually a bad one. I'm just trying to keep that number 1 slot open, so we'll
The
see.
delusional positivity is still
Yeah,
here, and so
yeah.
your default number 1 is Pierre Gasly.
Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that. I
I
would
think
have
he's very social. I think
Yeah.
he would be good.
He would be I think he can, like, socialize, like, I could bring him to XYZ event that I need to impress
Yeah,
somebody at, and he'd be game. He'd be ready to go.
yeah, and I think he would too, really like the idea that you picked him to do it.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh my
He'd be
god."
flattered. He'd be
Yeah,
flattered.
so he'd be a good actor for it.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. Okay. I'm gonna save my favorite one for last, so I'll
Mm,
do my other one.
okay,
Um, so your partner for debate team or, like, mock trial or whatever.
okay.
So you have to, like, argue a major thing, political probably thing with this
Okay.
person. You have to convince.
I've done mock trial.
Yeah.
I I got it. Okay,
All
we're
right.
ready.
Number 1 option is my
Mhm.
fake date, Pierre.
My immediate gut reaction was 4. I
Hmm.
I I
He gets so passionate though.
I don't think that he does. I'm trying to I
Think
don't
about that radio in Japan.
I know. Maybe if I knew what he said, then maybe he'd be
Mm.
higher. I'm
Mm.
sticking with 4. He's going 4.
Okay. Next option, Charles Leclerc.
Hmm. I don't know if Charlotte would put in the work. Not gonna lie to you.
I mean, an interesting extra
I'll
note
do
to
the
this,
work.
like
I've
most of them did not finish school.
um, I'm going 2 because I in group projects would always take over, so that's fine with me, as long as he just knew his stuff, and I think he would. I
Mhm.
think he would come
Yeah,
prepped. So I'm
yeah.
going 2.
Okay, so you
I have
have
1 and 3 open.
alright, Max Verstappen.
Ooh. Mm. Max Verstappen now, if you'd asked me this question a couple years ago, it would probably be I'm going number 1 with Max.
I kind of agree.
I
I
think that
I
he'd be really good at it, and I don't think that he would actually get that mad or, heated during debate.
I think he would get almost like an appropriate amount. You
Yeah,
need
I think he'd be
the
very
I think he'd
passionate.
care. I think he'd care.
Yeah.
Alright, so that means you're number 3.
Yeah, who's my number 3?
Valtteri.
Okay.
Which I think is he's more of on a chill vibe. You know, that's
Yeah.
the reverse of Max.
Yeah.
It's like a couple of years ago, Mercedes Valtteri maybe would have been a
I
little bit
think
more uptight about things.
yeah.
But he's kind of chilling lately.
Yeah, I think I like this. This is all working out really well.
Yeah, we haven't like destroyed it yet. I mean,
I
okay,
know.
we'll see what the future holds.
Yeah, I like that though. I think Valtteri though, with number 3, I think he would do all the behind the scenes work. I just don't think he would want to be like up there on the podium,
Maybe, yeah.
you know? I think he'd put in a lot of the library hours.
Yeah, yeah. So you have Max, then Charles, then Valtteri, then
Hmm.
Pierre.
And if I could switch, I think I'd switch Valtteri and Charles.
Hmm.
But I can't.
It's not how the game works.
Not how the game works. And we're moving on to the next one for me. Oh, I actually made 5 categories. I'm reading this now.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. I can try to come up with one off the dome if you want to do.
It's okay. Maybe the last one I'll have you choose the category.
Okay.
The best Bravo celebrity. So the person that would get
Ooh.
like the most like the coveted seat at the reunion, he would sit next to Andy Cohen.
And so this is this the person that by best, do you mean the most beloved or the one who creates the most drama?
It's the one who would create the best season for them.
All right.
Because if
Okay.
you the most beloved aren't always seated next to Andy Cohen.
Right. Okay. Okay.
And sometimes the most hated are seated next to him.
Hmm.
So Nico Rosberg. Nope. Nico Hulkenberg.
I was gonna say that we were doing current grade.
No, I'm sorry. I was thinking about Nico Rosberg earlier today.
Yeah. Well, Nico Rosberg would be ultimate number one, easy.
Oh yeah, he would be number 1 baby girl.
Nico Hulkenberg, I'm gonna have to go 4. I don't,
Yeah.
especially in his current, he seems pretty chill as of late,
He seems like a fly below the radar.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
here to
mean,
drive.
years ago, he and K-Mac had that one little scuffle, remember, during
Mhm.
like that press
Oh
conference or
yeah.
that media pen thing. But even like since then / before that, that's like his only like drama he's ever. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go Nico. I don't think Nico would be doing much like for the plot.
Okay, I agree. Lance.
Lance, I'm gonna have to go 3. Like I don't. Lance is another one who does not strike me as someone who's going to be trying to stir things up to make a good season happen.
Mm,
But I do think it would be enjoyable, a la Real Housewives, to see what his lifestyle is like with
yeah.
his money.
I think he would maybe do it like accidentally. It wouldn't be his like goal.
Yeah, it would be like he'd like spill some drama that someone told him because he didn't realize it was a secret or something.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Yuki.
Okay, I'm gonna go Yuki 1 because
Ooh, yeah.
Yuki is very, we see it while he's driving when there's like something that he perceives to be like an injustice or something that he perceives to be unfair. He gets so heated. And so I think it would just take someone like slighting him or slighting one of his close friends, and he would probably go, I could see him going like scorched earth, like crazy. And it would make for probably a really good
Loyalty.
season. Make for a great reunion. It would be one of those reunions where it's like Yuki is up out of his seat, like producers are trying to get him to sit back down, like that type of thing.
He would be quoted, I think, too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. So number
Number 2.
2 is Checo.
Yeah. I might
Not
switch
not on
Checo and Lance.
purpose.
Yeah. But I might switch Checo and Lance. But like I feel like that's pretty, I would
No, it
definitely
was
keep Yuki at number 1 with all of those.
yeah. It's the wheel. It was the wheel's decision.
It's the wheel of truth.
Wheel of Truth.
All right, are you ready for my last one?
Yes.
This is who you would most like to complete a Great British Bake Off technical challenge with.
Let's go. I freaking love the Great British Bake Off.
Yes. So for
It's my
those of
favorite
us
show of all time.
that are listening that don't follow the Great British Bake Off,
You
the
should.
technical challenge, yeah, it's a great show. Highly recommend. The technical challenge is this challenge where the contestants are given very, very vague recipes and instructions and told to like complete this really complicated bake. Like it could be, like a fancy tart, or I don't know
Yeah.
what else they make them
Cake.
make. Like,
Anything that goes with the theme of that week. And
yeah,
as the weeks go on, they get less and less information. So at the end, it will just say preheat oven.
yeah, like
Bake,
no
bake dessert.
temperature. Yeah, there's
No
no like
time.
measurements for the
Nope.
ingredients, anything like that. So it is high pressure.
Yeah.
So
And I've thought about this because we as a family watch this show. I would be very bad at the technical challenge because I'm a visual learner. So I don't
I
understand how they all look the same when they come out. Mine would be the weird cake that looks so different because I interpreted the instructions so differently from everybody else.
Yeah, I do think I bet you they all probably also like kind of look over at each other while they're
Yeah,
doing it.
they definitely do.
If they truly couldn't see each other, I wonder what would happen if they would end up
Yeah.
looking crazy different. But so with you, Jackie, it's your time to complete the technical challenge. Your partner from 1 to 4. Your first option is Lando.
No, 4.
Yeah, he'd be bad.
Him
I
and Oscar did a cake decorating. He has 0 skills, baking skills, and he would just try. He's a Scorpio. He would just try to ensue chaos.
Not to be like on the Lando hater train today. I don't know what's up with me, but I would venture to guess that he's never baked a day in his life. Like I don't think I don't think he has
I
any
don't think he
experience that
would.
he'd be
No,
bringing to the table there. Um,
no. Number 4.
all right, so number 4 is Lando. Checo.
Mm. 3.
3.
Don't really know why. It's just I don't think that I don't think he's baked a day in his life.
All right, so you have 1 and 2 left.
I know. I'm gonna be doing all the work.
George Russell.
1. He
He
will
has
have prepped.
That man has baked a day in his life for sure.
He has baked a day in his life. He also will have come to that knowing that there's going to be the technical, and so he's going to bake everything in preparation and know everything. So he'll be like, "Oh, we get to bake this. Let's go. Preheat the oven at 375. We're ready to go."
Yeah. I feel like it wouldn't
Very
shock me if he was the one that was like, "All right, so I pulled every single technical challenge from every season that they've ever done. And I ran an
Yeah.
algorithm in an Excel sheet and this is what it's most likely to be." Like
Yeah, that is also true. 100%.
so
Our president, George Russell, number
yeah.
1.
Your number 2, Fernando Alonso.
Okay, I don't hate that. I actually quite like that.
Okay. I think it could go well, but I think it also, if he thought that you were messing it up, he'd get really mad at you.
I
Like
think he
really mad.
would take over. He would definitely be the leader,
Yeah.
and I would just have to follow along. And I think maybe at the beginning I could be like, "Oh, well, I think if we do this," I think he'd be into it. But then as time started running out, he might be like, "Just do your part," you know?
Just move out of the
But
way. Like get out.
I think I don't hate that. I don't hate my lineup. I really like my lineup in that scenario.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely George is definitely the clear
George Arena,
front runner.
100%. Love
Yeah.
that he's there. Okay, so since I made 5 categories, you can choose your final category.
Okay.
Best at putting together IKEA furniture or most to least likely to survive the Hunger Games?
All right. Because I just saw The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm gonna go the Hunger
Great
Games
film.
one because I'm back in my Hunger Games phase.
Okay. Oh, and this is a good lineup. Okay.
Okay.
Option number 1, Oscar.
Oscar, I'm gonna go 2. He's organized, he's level-headed. He's not gonna make any like rash decisions. So I do think he'd make it a long time, but I just don't know if he has it in him to kill. I don't know.
I was also thinking with Oscar is I don't know if he could really win over the people as quickly as they need to for the
Right.
money and all
In
that stuff.
terms of sponsors, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, two's good. Two's good. Lewis.
3. I really don't think he has it in him to kill, but in terms
Oh,
of
really?
winning over the people,
Easy.
yeah. In terms okay, like he is a very competitive person, but like he's like vegan and like all about peace and stuff. Like so I think when it really came down to like actual murder, which I don't know if we can say that.
Yeah, we might get flagged on TikTok for that.
When it came down to yeah, like actual crimes, I think he's, competitive, but to a point. I don't think he'd
Mm.
actually.
So you have 2 and 3 filled?
Yep.
Okay.
Again, 1 and 4 I have available.
Esteban.
Ooh. Esteban has had raging feuds with almost every teammate he's ever had. Most notably, the never-ending Ocon Alonso war.
Spectacular one.
I'm gonna go Esteban number 1 because
Okay.
he's not he's not afraid to some may say betray his teammates.
That is true. You go in with a teammate.
Yeah.
That is true. So your number 4 is Max.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, Max would have easily been number 1. Yeah, I messed that one up.
Esteban, though, but your takes on Esteban are very interesting because my immediate thing was like, oh, I don't think he could win over the people, though. He's very charismatic.
He could win over the people, and I mean, think like when he was teammates with Checo, they had chaos. I don't think he had too
Mm,
many issues. He really didn't have issues when he was teammates with Daniel, but they were only teammates for like a year.
yeah.
Um, like he has had feuds, and then obviously the never-ending storyline of do Pierre and Esteban hate each other or not? I'm pretty sure they do.
No one knows.
Yeah. So I think he could, if hindsight being 2020, I probably would have put him at 4 had I known Max was going to be there. But I was worried that I'd get like a Yuki or something. I'd be like, well,
I still
Yuki's
think
not.
Yuki would do great. Oh, well, no. Actually, I think his brain would be a little too scattered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think any of them would honestly do particularly well in the Hunger Games, except for I do think Fernando would do terrifyingly well. Beyond that,
Yeah, that is true. You just like, yeah, that we'll stop talking about that. We don't want him to come after us.
yeah. But that is all that we have for this week's episode. Next week it is just me and you. No Jack. She is traveling the world, traveling the country in
For work.
for work. Yeah. What is Vegas, the city that never sleeps is New York. What is the Vegas city name?
Light?
Is it?
I don't know.
Well, she's gonna be there.
I'm gonna be in Vegas. I'll get to walk on the strip where all of the boys got to race on.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if there's any remnants, if you can see any remnants from like stands or anything
Yeah.
from the race.
I'll also ask people how they felt about the
Yeah.
race. If any of them were there.
Yeah. So we'll have Jack report back.
Get some insider information.
Yeah, when she returns. But um, enjoy your week off from us, Jack.
I will miss you all terribly.
Yeah, we'll be on our own. So, but I will be back to talk to you next week. And in the meantime, have a lovely, lovely week. Love you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.